Hey everybody, how you doing? Taking a break from the Bronco restoration and some things I have to do to the F350 because I took the Harley out the other day. I haven't done a lot on the Harley lately, but I took it out the other day to run some errands and get it all out nice. And it's been a little rainy here almost all summer. So anyway, I took it out and hit the back brake as I'm pushing on it here. Goes all the way to the bottom, and there's no pumping up of the back the back caliper at all. Now I checked the back caliper just to make sure like it wasn't frozen or some weird thing like that. And then here is the reservoir for an FXSTS excuse me, and it's full, so it's in right here. It's got to be in the master cylinder for the rear brakes. So this is coming out. I'm going to take this out probably today. I have a new part coming to rebuild it, and that's what we'll be doing in this video. So let's get to it. Okay, here is the rear master cylinder. There's a bolt on this end that holds it in to a bracket, and of course this is where right here where the reservoir feeds into, and there's a banjo bolt, so there's a nut on the outside here. It's about 1 1/8 inches or so, and then there's a banjo bolt in here, about 3/8 12-point nut or bolt. And you take that out, and then you can get the nut off, and then this pulls right out. And this here is where the mechanism goes from the brake pedal. This has to be saved, so this has to come out and go into the new one. And on this side here, we have a retaining ring that I'm going to have to get out. So for the rest of this here, I'm going to go ahead and put it on time lapse. And we'll see if we can get this thing apart. Okay? All right, hang loose. Okay, so here's the problem. If you can, this is ruined. I'm gonna have to get a whole new one. And the reason is because it's cracked. This was sealed in there. And if you'll see here, look at all the crud that's been in here. Something bad happened to this. It wasn't taken care of very well. And it's seized inside the plastic housing, which means I've got to call and see if I can find a whole new assembly. Now, I've got, boy, this is just bad. There's so much dirt and crud in here. Just a ton, look at this. Just a ton of dirt in this. Unbelievable. Pretty bad, actually. This is really, really bad. So we'll see what I can do and find a new one. It's kind of where we're at. All right, hang loose. I just thought I'd give you another look at this since I've got it all the way out now. This housing is plastic, which is interesting to say the least, but this is Harley OEM. I'm looking here to see if I can see a part number on it, and I really don't see a part number, so I'm not sure if this is OEM, to be honest. But the inside is just totally crusted up, and when I tried to push it out, of course, it broke. So it was in there pretty good, and you can see here, right here, all of the dirt and grime. I mean, it's gritty. Whatever is in here is gritty. So it's just disgusting. The Springer plunger, of course, goes in here like this, and this is what pushes your fluid into it, into the rest of the unit. So I have some miscellaneous extra parts that I'm going to have. A new unit, about $100, comes with everything. I'm not going to need to replace this, but I'll keep stuff like this, and the boot and the spring, the washers, the snap rings, and you know, just in case I ever need it. The reason why the tip broke is because I was just trying to wiggle it and the tip was just loose, so it busted off. So the fluid drips into here, and then when you push it, it pushes it out the back into the banjo. But this looks like it was not taken care of very well at all, so I'm going to flush the whole system actually on this now, when I get the new one anyway, and we'll see if I can clean out the system and put some fresh new .5 in it. But man, that's going to put me back another couple days at least. So anyway, that's where we are. I usually like to have parts on hand before I tear into stuff, but I didn't think this would be such a bitch to get out. So not good, I would say. Man, this was really neglect here. It's one of the first. There's been a lot on the Harley Davidson that were neglected, and this was the worst probably of them all. So anyway, in a couple days we'll come back to get this thing back into shape. All right, hang loose. Okay, people. Got the new rear master cylinder in here. This outer casing is metal, and it's also chrome. But this was the exact replacement for a 1988 FXSTS. And yeah, the outer casing is nice because the one that was on here, I don't know if that was original or not. Something tells me maybe it was, but I don't know. I didn't see really a part number on it. I'll look again. But this is from JP Cycles. This is direct replacement, and it just hooked right up. Had to take move that out to get all this lined up. And then the banjo bolt went in just fine. Tighten down this bolt first, then the banjo bolt, and then back here underneath this little chrome covering here is the bleeding mechanism. I stuck a MIDI vac on it for a while and just sucked. And then since you know, my arm span reaches the brake pedal, which is up there, then I pumped it up, cracked it, sealed it real quick, and I probably got out in the little bottle that I had that I was draining it in from the MIDI vac hose, about half an inch or so of it. I wanted to make sure it really cleaned out. It was filthy. There was dirt and grime coming out of there. It's just unacceptable. You know, I probably should have done this a long time ago. But everything was more or less working, and I had no reason for complaints. I will test it out and see what it does in terms of how better the back brake is. I kind of wonder if the back brakes will be more responsive, and they've always been kind of on the fence, you know, kind of failing for many, many years. But we'll see. It's the only. This is my only experience with a Harley Davidson on any extended amount of time, and so you know, I assumed that's the way the back brake was. So we'll see if it's more responsive, and if it is, then I would say that this thing has been failing for quite a while, and I'm lucky as hell it lasted this long. Anyway, that's it for the Harley. Gonna go back onto the Ford Yellow Rose here, and been prepping this up just a little bit and checking out behind it here, but this is unacceptable behavior.
We now switch to our remote cameras inside the dressing rooms.
What's your prediction for the fight, then?
Prediction?
Yes, prediction.
Pain.
So I've got this panel, and then there's a panel behind it. I think the panel behind it is holding in rust, so I have to cut this out enough. I'll probably cut it here to here, right to this corner, where this corner starts. And then I will get all that rust out of there and treat it with Port 15.
Enemy deserves no mercy.
Put new piece of metal up there and shape it, and then paint it. And then hopefully that'll never happen again. That's the second time it's happened to that spot, so I've got something going on in there in a crease. I know it's a crease that's rather tight, so I may have to pull more metal away. But anyway, that's not the Harley now, is it? Anyway, there we go. And Harley Davidson rear brake is done. I did make a little bit of a mistake on the master cylinder that I pulled off. It was plastic, and when I was pushing it out, I think there may have been a hairline crack in it already. I don't know, but it was stuck. And so when I pushed on it, the whole case sort of split open all the way. I didn't have any leaks on it before that I know of, so but I'm glad I just went and got a new one. I've got an extra part coming for the internals, which I will just keep, because you never know when those things fail. This thing here will still be able to be serviced, and it's got a metal casing, so I would say that this will be, hopefully, knock on wood, more of a longevity part than the part that came off it. Okay, anyway, hang loose. See you later. Harley Davidson rules.